Testosterone is a hormone found in humans. Men have much higher levels of testosterone than women. Production increases during puberty and starts to decrease after age 30. For each year over age 30, the level of testosterone in men starts to slowly dip at a rate of around 1% per year. A decrease in testosterone level is a natural result of aging. Testosterone helps maintain a number of important bodily functions in men, including sex drive, sperm production, muscle mass, fat distribution, bone density, red blood cell production. Because testosterone affects so many functions, its decrease can bring about significant physical and emotional changes. Eve Van Cotter, Ph.D., professor in medicine and director of the study, found that men who slept less than 5 hours a night for 1 week in a laboratory had significantly lower levels of testosterone than when they had a full night's sleep. Low testosterone has a host of negative consequences for young men, and not just in sexual behavior and reproduction. It is critical in building strength and muscle mass, and bone density. Low testosterone levels are associated with reduced well-being and vigor, which may also occur as a consequence of sleep loss, said Van Cotter. At least 15% of the adult working population in the U.S. gets less than 5 hours of sleep a night and suffers many adverse health effects because of it. This study found that skipping sleep reduces a young man's testosterone levels by the same amount as aging 10 to 15 years. As research progresses, low sleep duration and poor sleep quality are increasingly recognized as endocrine disruptors, Van Cotter said. The 10 young men in the study were recruited from around the University of Chicago campus. They passed a rigorous battery of tests to screen for endocrine or psychiatric disorders and sleep problems. They were an average of 24 years old, lean and in good health. For the study, they spent 3 nights in the laboratory sleeping for up to 10 hours, and then 8 nights sleeping less than 5 hours. Their blood was sampled every 15 to 30 minutes for 24 hours during the last day of the 10-hour sleep phase and the last day of the 5-hour sleep phase. The effects of sleep loss on testosterone levels were apparent after just 1 week of short sleep. 5 hours of sleep decreased their testosterone levels by 10% to 15%. The young men had the lowest testosterone levels in the afternoons on their sleep-restricted days, between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. The young men also self-reported their mood and vigor levels throughout the study. They reported a decline in their sense of well-being as their blood testosterone levels declined. Their mood and vigor fell more every day as the sleep restriction part of the study progressed. Testosterone levels in men decline by 1% to 2% a year as they age. Testosterone deficiency is associated with low energy, reduced libido, poor concentration, and fatigue. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informational, do like, share it with a friend and subscribe for latest updates on this channel.